My dear friends, as you can see, we are living in times of great change. Great things are happening in the world. The world is becoming a smaller place day after day. Everything is coming to a head, coming to a climax of something. We are seeing the intermixing of races, of societies, traditions. It's like as if a new race is about to be born. Through the intermarriage and the coming together of the world, many souls of good reputation, of goodwill are coming into incarnation, such as myself, who are preparing the way for the Christ. Maitreya is that Christ that most of us are going to see in our lifetime. Most of us young people are going to be alive at the time when Maitreya comes forth and declares himself. He is an extraordinary man of unbelievable skill and action. His real name is Maitreya, which means the happy one, or the one who brings happiness. His job as teacher is to teach human beings on the art of self-realization. He is a teacher in the broadest sense of the word. He is a teacher for those of all world religions and those of no world religions, but a teacher in the broadest sense of that word. When he comes, all nations will be asked to give over what they have in excess. The resources of the world must be shared equally around the world. There is absolutely no reason why 80% of the world's goods, which are in the developed nations, the developed world, uses 80% and wastes 80% of the world's goods. This is injustice. There are people in the world today who are living miserable, stunted lives. And Maitreya's first priority when he comes as the Christ, with his disciple Jesus with him, will be to eradicate starvation in the world, as every nation will be asked to hand over what it has in excess, so that no one will starve in a world of plenty. We are living in a world of plenty, and we have plenty starving. That, my friends, is injustice, and that, my friends, is a cause of terrorism in the world today. A new civilization is sprouting. The North American Union, the European Union, African Union, the Asian Union, etc. This will be the new civilization where everybody in the world will have a chance to be educated, to have the right food, medical care, health care, education, and so on. Everybody will have the opportunity to really become somebody. And no world religion will be able to have the monopoly over who Maitreya is and what he is here. He's not here for any world religion. He's here for all of us. And so no one group will be able to claim him as their own. That's not his purpose. Maitreya's purpose is not to come and create a new religion. That's not his priority. His priority is to save the world from the starvation and of what we're doing to the atmosphere, the land, the poisoning and toxic stuff we're doing. That's more practical. If the Christ were to come, wouldn't that be the most practical thing that he would do? Eradicate starvation and help people to build a better life for themselves, full of meaning, rich in experience, and full of love and compassion. This is the kind of Christ we envision. And it is Maitreya, his personal name. Someday soon, my very friends, in our lifetime, we are all going to see Maitreya. As the Bible predicts, all eyes shall see him. Now, what is the most likely way that all eyes will see him? Television, my friends, the media. Everyone will have a chance to be overshadowed. Now, of course, there's this language barrier thing we have to get over. Maitreya will bypass that by overshadowing the whole entire human race, so that everybody will hear Maitreya's words within their own heart, no matter what language or nation or position they may be in, or even in their sleep. They will be overshadowed by Maitreya, and they will hear the love, the joy of his presence amongst us. It is up to us to recognize him for who he is, not because he says so or because somebody else says so. We must recognize him for what he stands for, or else he would be infringing upon our free will. He will not come forth and say, I am Maitreya, until after the people have recognized him for what he is, by their own free will and by their own accord, recognize him for who he is. That, my friend, is the wonderful news that we all over the world, we young people are going to see in our lifetime, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be making history. And those of us who are in the field of this work of esotericism and the area of the occult, our job is to make known and to build a climate of hope and expectancy for his coming into the world. You will all see him soon, and with his disciple Jesus next to him, will make the world into a whole new, grand, and very high civilization. Other masters too will come forth. There are about 63 masters in the world right now who are at equal status with Jesus or Maitreya, all equal status, and they are all going to come forth and help us create a new civilization that will be based on brotherhood, sharing, and teaching people, and making sure that all peoples of the world have the opportunity to become and to fulfill their dreams. That is the priority of the Christ. Now, doesn't that make more sense than what the fundamental Christians say about a great figure descending from the skies and separating the sheep and the goats and brimstone and fire, while the Christians have the pleasure of seeing their non-Christians burn in hell? I mean, that's just a myth. It's an invention. The rapture is an invention. When Maitreya comes, there are certain Christian groups who will as well wait around for the rapture. And they're in for a painful awakening, because there ain't going to be no rapture. They will be forced to take a second look at their faith and realize the spiritual selfishness. Certain fundamental groups, like there's certain groups in the Muslim group